What up, MVPs? This is the co-main event. Merab Dvalishvili. Yeah, well, however you say his last name. And are you ready for Umar? Umar Nurmagomedov. Bro, how are these names with these crazy VZs and all these letters? How do they become household names where we can now pronounce that word? Like if I was living in America and I wasn't watching UFC and I saw that last name, I would have been like Nurmagomedov. I have no clue. Anyways, these two fighters, they're fighting for a belt. First thing I want to say is shout out to Merab, man. Merab has been on a tear of just running through people. If you guys have never watched Merab fight, his nickname is The Machine. He is a machine. He's in the most physical fitness, like he's in the best physical fitness shape of anybody in the world, I think. I don't know. He can just fight forever. He can fight for 25 minutes. And no one else can fight for 25 minutes. It's his weapon, if you will. It's his weapon of choice, even. And he goes out there and does it. And I want to say that Merab has a fight record that you can just only dream of. The people he's beaten. Like, this run that he's on since, these two losses here. Let's get over that. This run here is one of the most impressive runs you'll ever see. And the last guys, he's just dominated. Unanimously dominated, winning by points. Jose Aldo, Peter Yan, Henry Cejudo, Sean O'Malley. I mean, and these are world-class athletes. It didn't matter. It was embarrassing. What he did to Sean O'Malley is crazy, and he wins the belt. Now, the problem is, when you win the belt and you're the champion, you don't get any more of these fights. You don't get any more journeymen. No journeymen are challenging for the belt. Once you win the belt, you got to fight the man every single time. And that's why these belt reigns don't last all that long, right? So now you got to go fight Umar Nurmagomedov, an undefeated Dagestani wrestler fighter, dude. He's in Habib, whoever's camp. And we just saw him dismantle Corey Sandhagen. So when you look at the sports book, you know the deal. Umar Nurmagomedov is a huge favorite. He's a minus 290 favorite. And the first thing you can do with this is you can be like, okay, the challenger is the favorite. It's a 5-round fight. What does he do better than the champ? Why is that guy the champ? Well, that guy's the champ because he fought for the belt and he dominates people who don't know how to fight him. Well, he's fighting a guy in Umar Nurmagomedov who knows how to fight him. But here's what I want to say. Sometimes you're as good as your last fight, and sometimes you're not. In the UFC, we see this a lot. A guy will win by knockout, and then from then on, everybody goes, "Oh, he's going to win by knockout. He's going to win by knockout." For the rest of his career, you think he's going to win by knockout, and it's well, he just lost 3 fights, and then he won one by knockout. Now you think he's going to win everything by knockout, and it's nah, not necessarily. So I understand the sports books. You got an undefeated fighter who's a good wrestler. He's known for his wrestling. So is he a better wrestler than Merab? Probably. Most of those Dagestani dudes are. So Merab is not quite that good of a wrestler. What does Merab do in the striking department? Well, he's not as good as Umar Nurmagomedov. Nurmagomedov kicks, punches, he throws with bad intentions. He does it all. But in 18 fights where he's undefeated and we know he's fighting cans, right? Let's be clear. We know he's fighting cans down here. He's going to decision. So is he really that big of a knockout threat? The man's fought 18 times. He's only knocked out 2 guys. And one of them was Ronnie Barcelo. He's on the damn prelim. He's the mincemeat. He's getting served to Peyton Talbot. And that was just 2 fights ago. Brian Keller, these guys can't get UFC fights. These aren't real UFC fighters. So who has he actually beaten? Well, he beat the hell out of Corey Sandhagen. And everybody saw it. But what did I see? What I saw was a guy who couldn't get his wrestling off. He couldn't get his takedowns. Corey Sandhagen was defending the takedowns. So he had to go to his other skill set, which was striking, and it actually looked better than Corey Sandhagen. And Corey Sandhagen was so exhausted from trying to keep this guy off him that he didn't put up much of a fight, and Umar wins. And that's simple, man. And Umar does it. And so now you think he's going to go in here for 5 rounds and fight Merab. And they're like, well, he strikes better than Merab. He wrestles better than Merab. He's going to beat Merab. He's got all the skills better than Merab. All I see is a guy who fights the best fighters in the world and dominates them unanimously. Dominates them unanimously. I see a guy with an infinite motor. Infinite cardio. Now, what does infinite cardio mean when you're not winning those exchanges and you're not getting the other guy tired because you're not out grappling him? Right? So, can you train for 25 minutes? I'd imagine that camp with all these Habib dudes, I imagine they train pretty hard and they're in shape. Right? Let's be real. So, this is a very hard, difficult fight to choose. I would tell you guys that I understand there are cappers in this world who are telling you Umar Nurmagomedov is a lock and they're picking him to win this belt and be the champ, which is fine. You can lock him and parlay him all you want. I'm not doing it. He's probably ideal for a chase lock. Like if you miss your locks earlier in the night and you got to chase, it's probably a pretty decent bet to make if you're chasing. But I'm hoping we're so far ahead that we can take the value bet here. And then I'm going to be clear. If you look at the sports book here, I'm on Merab. It's a value bet. And guys, I need you guys to understand something. I have 3 value bets in a row on the main card. Do I expect these guys to win, these 3 value bets? No, I think the value is too much to ignore. In no world have I seen a champion in his first defense of his belt be a plus 225 underdog. I've never seen that. And I'm looking at a guy who's beaten all the best fighters in the world in dominant fashion, and you make him a 225 underdog when Umar Nurmagomedov, the only guy he's really dominated was some dude named Corey. You feel me? Like, it's just not the same to me. I don't know how we get here with these odds. This should be a coin flip fight. It should be very similar to the Yuri Prochazka and Jamal Hill odds. It should be similar to some of these others. This should not be like this. So, all shout out to Umar and everything he's going to do. He's undefeated. He's going to go win the belt and be the champion. Cool, bro. You got to beat the champ to be the champ. Put your money where your mouth is. If you like those minus 295 odds, go parlay it with the other locks you like on this card. Put your money where your mouth is and good luck. Good luck. I'm not doing that shit, not in a million years. I'm taking Merab, and I'm telling you, I would only parlay this if I missed everything on the card and I needed to parlay some shit with Jamal Hill or with Islam. I don't know. Like, I don't know what you plan to do. Not go the distance, something. But there's just really no value in here for me to take Umar Nurmagomedov to win this fight. And if he goes out there and dominates the whole thing, then and I look silly for picking it wrong, I'm not really silly. I'm not wrong. You have to prove it. You have to actually do it before I believe you can do it. I haven't seen that guy really do minus 295 against Merab odds. Like, I haven't seen that. That's crazy. Who the fuck's minus 295 against Merab? Who? I sound like an owl right now. Who? How many licks, bro? How many licks? To the center of a Tootsie Pop. You're tripping, bro. I'm taking Merab value bet. Plus 225. If you're with me, let's be gangsters. If you're not, sit back, relax. Just watch the fight. You don't have to get it right. Those odds are those odds are trash. That thing's passed you by. You can't take that bet. You just can't. Good luck. Peace.